back to the Daily Grind. Thanks for checking out the channel. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back pickle biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
Yo, full-time family. That was low-key one of the best press conferences I've saw in a while. I didn't even expect that. You got Max Holloway, Frankie, Edgar, Tony Ferguson, and Khabib Nurmagomedov. None of those guys are known for their skills on the microphone, known for fucking, you didn't really know what to expect coming into this press conference except for to hear maybe about Conor McGregor potentially being stripped and stuff like that, which we did hear about in a very interesting fashion. So let's get into this UFC 25th anniversary series press conference recap. And as I said, there were 4 fighters here. The champion that's going to be fighting at UFC 223, Tony Ferguson versus Khabib Nurmagomedov, the challenger. Now, the thing about this is they've announced it for the real title. Dana White in this press conference was adamant that it was for the real title, but whenever reporters would press Dana about, yeah, but is Conor stripped? And he would say, have I said he's stripped? They're like, not yet. And he's like, exactly. So even though he's saying this is what's happening. He's saying Conor McGregor is going to be stripped before UFC 223, but it just hasn't happened yet. Now, the rumors and reports are that this is going to be announced Saturday, tomorrow, at UFC 220, Francis Ngannou versus Stipe Miocic. So that's going to be coming really soon. So make sure, I'm sure over there on Super Cash's channel, he's got the fucking live countdown. There's probably, what, 34 hours, 24 minutes, and 15 seconds until Conor McGregor gets stripped. So I know some people are going to be celebrating that tomorrow if it actually does come to fruition. But if not, even if it doesn't happen tomorrow, it's going to be happening sometime very soon. And I got that from this press conference. And then even after Dana White, like, nexted a reporter, one reporter was like, okay, Dana, it doesn't make sense. You're telling us this is for the real title, but you haven't stripped Conor. How does that make sense? And he was like, next question, dog. And then later on, Ariel got the mic and said, all right, Dana, essentially, he was like, cut the bullshit. What the fuck's going on with Conor McGregor? Is he being stripped? I'm not that punk pussy-ass little reporter you were nexting, dog. This is big Ariel Helwani, and I don't know what the fuck you talking about. So tell us, is Conor being stripped? And now, one quick thing to note about the other little reporter. I don't know what his name. He looked familiar. But the other little reporter also, after Dana nexted him, was like, all right, well, then Dana won't answer that question. Tony Ferguson and Khabib, do you guys know what's going on with Conor being stripped since Dana won't tell me? And Dana was like, yo, dog, you can't ask them right after I just fucking nexted you. So then now fast forward back to Ariel Helwani. And so after Ariel Helwani asked Dana White, like, so is Conor McGregor being stripped? And he was like, yo, I already answered the question. This will be for the title. And he said, okay, so is Conor getting stripped? And he said, has he been stripped yet? And that's when Dana White said no, and he said exactly. Then Ariel Helwani took the same route. Hey, Tony Ferguson, is that the real belt or the fake belt in front of you? And he said, this might be the fake belt or the real belt, but we'll be fighting for the real belt. So he just echoed Dana White's sentiment in saying, yeah, Conor's about to be getting fucking stripped soon. It just hasn't happened yet. Wait for the official announcement. It's not going to be at this press conference. Now, let's fast forward to the other entertaining parts of this press conference. Max Holloway and Frankie Edgar had their moment, a great moment in the press conference. I really want you guys to watch it because it was way more entertaining than I expected. Dope press conference. And it's the UFC's 25th anniversary, so that's pretty dope too. Also, Tony Ferguson and Khabib, holy smokes. Every time Tony Ferguson touched the microphone, boo! He got the Daniel Cormier treatment. Doesn't matter what he was going to say, what he was going to promote. And it didn't help that he was fucking cringe down city in this joint. And now, and that's a joke, of course, Snap Down City is trademarked by Tony Ferguson. It's his, his mat, my mat, Snap Down City if you got him on Twitter. But this shit was cringe down city. But Tony Ferguson, he's, one of the cringe lords of the UFC. That's all good. All of these fighters ain't supposed to be grade A trash talkers. It helps, but you get moments in the press conference where it's like, yo, that's not what he meant to say. But that's really not too much of a knock on Tony Ferguson. He's a professional fighter, not a professional trash talker, and it doesn't help when the crowd is fucking raining boos on you. But Khabib Nurmagomedov did have some high points. Like Tony Ferguson was saying, like, the crowd said something about Khabib, like, are you ready to be the champion? And he said, yeah, everybody knows what, like, I'm fucking paraphrasing here because I can't play it. I'm going off of memory. But he was like, yeah, you know, ask Dana White what time it is. Everybody knows what time it is. Like Khabib champ, you know, that's what he was saying. Tony Ferguson interrupted and said, no, it's Tony time. Khabib said, nobody talk about Tony time. Everybody says Khabib time. Oh, I'm telling you right now, it was so fucking funny when he said, nobody talks about Tony time. I was like, I ain't never heard Tony time, bro. Goddamn. Killed him. But then Max Holloway and Frankie Edgar also had a moment in this press conference that was really a dope highlight where they had a back and forth, and it was better than expected. So with that being said, this is like essentially like a mini recap, a quick recap of the UFC 225 press conference. UFC 225, that's a fucking, the UFC 25th anniversary series press conference. You can see it right here. Boom, that's the title of that joint. 34 minutes long. But what happened was they pressured Dana White about, is Conor going to be stripped? We didn't get a clear answer. We did get an answer, but it's no, he's not stripped today, but he's going to be stripped before this shit. And he elaborated, you know, Conor can't hold the belt for 2 years. It's not fair to anybody. And then we had some actually better than expected back and forth between Tony Ferguson and Khabib Nurmagomedov, with, of course, quite a bit of cringe sprinkled into this joint. So make sure you go check it out. I would if I were you. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. I'm out.
Bye, Felicia.